I want to talk about accessing cash because this was a question that came in from an audience member. They said, we're under some financial pressure and thinking about refinancing. With the cost of living being high, we have 2 children in private school as well. We're looking for all options to access our cash. What general guidance can you provide about remortgaging a home? But what would you say to that?
Well, I mean, it's a very common question, right? So refinancing for refinancing's sake is never a good idea. So what we usually say is it needs to make, there needs to be enough dollars in it for a client to go through the process. So what we generally do is we go to their current lender first, like every time. So we go to the current lender, give them the first right of refusal and say, what can you do in terms of the rate? So the second thing you do is that, that private school fees and, expenditure on the house or renovating a bathroom or kitchen or something like that, they're big ticket items.
If you can feel a bit of a pinch, right, and there's headroom to move, then, we can look at doing things like if you need to stretch it over a 30-year period again to loosen the belt a little bit. If you know the school fee is coming up and there's equity in your property to do it, then sure, we can do it. But like Clint said, it needs to make sense.
Anyone out there can just go and Google best home loan rate or best investment rate. But the landscape has changed so much in the last, 12, 24 months that it's hard to get approved. The banks are looking with higher scrutiny. There are significant differences between policies between one bank and another. There's 35 lenders on our panel. There's 35 different ways of getting things done. And it's very difficult without a lot of experience of being able to unpack that.